Hello, my name is Pastor Elton Penn. I am the pastor of East 105th Street Christian Church. East 105th actually was founded back in July 20th, 1949, where Elder and Mrs. Irvin, Elder and Mrs. Davis, and Brother and Mrs. Knight met in the home of Elder and Mrs. Davis back August 10th, 1949. They actually purchased a storefront church off of 42nd and Broadway. On February 15th, 1952, 5 families actually pledged that they would actually come together, and the group met and they decided to actually buy a lot. The church was completed back in September 22nd of 1957. Since there was no pastor, the pastor was Sim Spencer. He was the minister in charge, and under his leadership, we actually built and paid off our fellowship hall. Back in July 1984, Sim and Spencer, he became ill, thereby giving up the pulpit permanently. Elder Sanders White, he served and was elected as the full-time pastor of the ministry. Back in September of 1986, Pastor Charles Webb transitioned in and was elected as the full-time pastor. And under his leadership, they began a building fund moving full speed ahead. 1988, Reverend Al G. Russo actually took over and served as the interim pastor and was later elected as a bivocational pastor of the ministry. Under his leadership, actually, they completed the remodeling of the sanctuary. In February 1996, Elder Philip Burrell transitioned in and was elected as pastor, and he served until April 2009. November 2009 is at the point where I transitioned in, and actually I can honestly say that it's because of these great men and great people of God that have gone before me that we now stand here today. And this ministry is a thriving ministry where we honestly believe that the plan that God had set before time with our ancestors, he that had begun that good work is still able to complete it until the day of Christ. And so I stand here to say, I give honor to those who have laid the groundwork, who have paved the way for those of us to worship where we worship, for those of us to worship in spirit, worship in truth, where we actually believe that God is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all we can ask or think, according to the power that worketh in us. God bless you.